Some breaking news coming in now on our top story. The BCCI is reportedly furious over Captain Dhoni's comments that backed the under-fire coach Duncan Fletcher. The Indian captain has created controversy by declaring Duncan Fletcher as the boss who will lead the team into the 2015 World Cup. Top BCCI sources reveal that Dhoni cannot decide who will be India's coach. It's a decision that will be taken by the board.
Definitely lead us into the World Cup, and also still he's the boss. Ravi will look into everything, but still, Duncan Fletcher is the boss. It's not like his powers or his position has been curtailed. From the outside, I don't know what you guys are feeling, but still the operations remain the same. We have a few other support staff that come into the dressing room, but apart from that, moreover, it will be the same.
We have Milind Regi and G. Rajaraman joining us, but first we'll go across to Harini Rana, our chief cricket correspondent. Harini, what are the BCCI sources telling you? Naturally, they're furious.
Well, Tina, absolutely. Having spoken to some of the BCCI members, now the board at this point of time seems divided, but mincing no words, some of the officials going on to state that Dhoni has no business to decide who the coach will be. Dhoni has no business to decide who will stay till the 2015 World Cup. These are all the decisions that will be taken by the BCCI top brass, and obviously so at this point of time BCCI is trying to sideline Duncan Fletcher. The very appointment of Ravi Shastri to take charge means that his powers are curtailed. However, Dhoni openly coming in that press conference and stating that Duncan Fletcher still remains the boss. His powers are not curtailed as it seems from outside. So this comment has clearly not gone down too well with the BCCI officials, because they are, even though the contract continues till 2015 World Cup, they are probably looking at a situation where if the powers are curtailed and Ravi Shastri is in charge of the Indian team, then Duncan Fletcher could look at an option of moving out from the top job himself.
Okay, well, before we go across to our guest, let's just listen in to what Dhoni said, which has created this controversy.
Well, it's some things that comes this way. It's a bit tough on Trevor and Joey. I know, especially the fact when fielders drop catches and the fielding coach has to miss the series. But let's see. Let's hope for the best. We are welcoming the new guys, because that's very important, because they'll be part of the family, the dressing room atmosphere as of now. So we'll have to give them a bit more time to adjust to how we operate and the kind of inputs they bring into the table. So it's good.
One team, three bosses. Rajaraman, Dhoni there really coming out and completely defying what the BCCI has done, because not only does he endorse Duncan Fletcher as the boss in clear words till 2015, he also talks about how unfortunate it is that Joe Dawes and Trevor Penny have been penalized for the fact that his fielders on the field were dropping catches. Why is he coming out in such open defiance of the BCCI?
Tina, I'd like to differ here. Mahendra Singh Dhoni's record in recent press conferences have not been very good. Perhaps he's preparing for a life after cricket as a politician. Look at what he did in Southampton. He said Rohit Sharma batted the way he would have liked him to, and that he would continue to bat that way. Dropped him for the next game. Got to Old Trafford, where he said that there was no replacement available for Ravindra Jadeja, and what happened next? He dropped Ravindra Jadeja for the Oval Test match, and I can see the days of Duncan Fletcher being numbered, because Dhoni is saying that Duncan Fletcher is going to lead the team to the World Cup. I'm not too sure whether Dhoni means what he says anymore these days at press conference.
Why is it then that Dhoni is coming out and saying these things, talking about Duncan Fletcher being unquestionably the boss, when in fact Ravi Shastri has been appointed by the board to play that very role of the boss of the team? Milind, I'm not sure if you heard me, but your take on why Dhoni is coming out and talking about Duncan Fletcher
I heard you.
2015.
I didn't know it. Yeah, I heard you. I didn't know the question was for me. Frankly, I'm a bit perplexed the way things are going on, because I think the BCCI needs to have more clarity on what they are doing. They should come out in the open, spell it out. And one thing for sure, I've never heard this thing about anybody being a boss of a team. The boss of a team could be in football or some other for sports like hockey, but I don't think cricket has anything called a boss. The boss, the man in charge, shall we put it differently? The man in charge on the field is obviously the captain. Obviously, the
which is what
BCCI
Ravi
has
Shastri has
discussed
said,
with
yeah.
Dhoni about what Duncan Fletcher's role is going to be. And if he's been made in charge of, or he's been made the coach till 2015 World Cup, so be it. Ravi Shastri's role as team director is not quite clear to any one of us, because Ravi Shastri is there only for these next 5 matches that are to be played in England. So Ravi Shastri is not the boss. But what is the team director supposed to do? What is his profile? Nobody knows. Is he supposed to give his approval for all the team selections, or is he supposed to give his approval for Duncan Fletcher's policy, or is he just supposed to give his approval for the nets and the hotels and the things that go around? So the BCCI must make it very clear, or somebody must tell the public that this is the team director's role. I think the team director's role in England, when Andy Flower was the team director, was something that he was in charge. He gave his final approval to a strategic plan, is what I understand. But unless and until somebody tells us that it's a clear plan, it's nothing but pure conjecture.
Well, that's the thing. And also, if indeed Ravi Shastri is going to be team director only for these one-day internationals, just for this short period of time, and Duncan Fletcher is in fact going to continue till 2015, then what's the purpose in the first place of appointing him here? Let's listen into what Ravi himself had to say.
My job will be to oversee all proceedings. There's a coaching staff, like I said, put in place. Duncan will be the head coach, and my job is to make sure everything runs smoothly. And where I have to give an input, I will give the input. And it's basically the coaching staff will report to me. There's only one boss here, and that boss is the captain of the Indian cricket team, and his name is Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
Well, there you go. Rajaraman, clearly Ravi Shastri says there's just one boss, and that boss is Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Dhoni says Duncan Fletcher is the boss. The BCCI says Ravi Shastri is the boss. What's going on?
I think everyone's pointing fingers in the other direction. Nobody wants to take responsibility. That is what is coming through very clearly. But like Milind said, there is only one boss, and that has to be the captain. Whether the board likes it or not, whether we like it or not, the boss on the field has to be the captain. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni has got to take a lot of responsibility for what happened in the test matches and what is likely to happen in the one-day series in England. Of course,